What is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another update for you guys today. Today, we are going to be talking about Blue Apron Holdings, or APRN, as this has been a trending ticker that has taken over the internet as a short squeeze proposition. So Hootmoney will be giving you guys the analysis on Apron today, looking at it from a short squeeze perspective. Anyways, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, it's always very highly appreciated. And if you wanted to join Hootmoney trade alerts and bag up with Hootmoney, we've called multiple different multi-bagger plays. That link is the first link in the description down below. But with that being said, let's get right into today's video. So we're going to start here with Market Cipher. Market Cipher is a technical analysis tool that is used to essentially predict where the stock goes. So what we're looking at here is the daily chart, so daily candles. We're looking at Heikin-Ashi candles as well. Slightly different than normal candles. These are normal candles. Heikin-Ashi candles show a bit more of the trend, as you guys can see right here. So on the daily charts, only been green Heikin-Ashi candles. You're also seeing this money flow index right here start to curve up. Once it curves up and crosses over this zero line right here, it turns into green money flow. So that is looking good. The yellow line right here points in the direction that the stock may go. It's essentially, it's a different type of VWAP, and right now the VWAP is pointing up as well. So although this is on the overbought side, the RSIs are creeping up to that overbought level. It could definitely continue to go, and the daily chart is definitely saying that there is some more room to run right here. And if we're just taking a peep back to where this thing was trading at in December, $11 per share, that's around where the warrant value is. There's definitely some upside, especially if a bull market does end up coming back. Moving into this 4-hour chart right here, you guys can see this is where it could get spicy, dicey, and dangerous. Now, every time that there's been a 4-hour red dot right here, right here, right here, there has been some more upside. So it does not mean that there is that this is the end, but we are facing some bearish divergence here, as you guys can see. The two RSIs just crossed over on Market Cipher. There's also potentially a 4-hour red dot. This is the first time on the rally that the RSIs did actually cross over. And as you guys can see, this is not bearish divergence, but there is somewhat of a big blue wave, a small blue wave going on here. Meanwhile, the price action has definitely been moving up from this point. So one could consider this right here bearish divergence, although it's not the most perfect bearish divergence that I've seen. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because it could be the danger zone. Moving into the hourly chart, this is the last time frame that we are going to be looking at. You guys can see there was a little fake out this morning, so it did dip a little bit. A lot of stocks ended up dipping this morning, but it is making that comeback right now. VWAP pointing right back up, staying in this overbought territory on the hourly chart. This is definitely looking like a squeeze, but we don't know if it's going to top out soon or if it has explosive rooms to go. It is up already 100% from its lows. Not too crazy. I mean, some stocks are up like hundreds and hundreds of percent from its lows, but it's still something to consider, because as you guys can see, this hourly chart has barely had any negative momentum. I mean, it's been in positive momentum for over a week, so it could end up being a chase. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving into dilution tracker, you guys can see this is the risk of the company being diluted. Now, since the beginning of about halfway through 2021, the outstanding shares have gone up about 50%, but in 2022 we really haven't seen anything. Yeah, it's gone up a little bit, about 3 million shares in 2022. Not too crazy. The only real risk of being diluted right now is warrants. As you guys can see, there's 11.14 million warrants. Ignore what it is saying up here. If we scroll down, we can see the exercise price for these warrants are very highly priced at $15, $18, and $20 per share, with the stock trading at $4.40 right now. There is not really any risk of these warrants being exercised in this shares outstanding, this float being diluted. They also have some money, $18 million on their shelf. This is from July 2020. This also isn't a huge deal. They could use it. They could have an offering because of it. They might try to capitalize on the higher volume on their stock. I can't tell you what the company is going to do, but this isn't the craziest risk of being diluted, in my personal opinion. Moving into the Ortex data right here, it is getting pretty spicy today. You can see that the cost to borrow average has been moving up very, very nicely. Today it saw a high of 76. Now it's at 70%. This is the territory where it could start getting wild. You can see it start jumping up to 150% cost to borrow, 200%, even like 300% on average. And then once you get to that territory of 300%, then it's just end game for the short squeeze, right? That's when shorts will start to cheat, market makers will start to cheat, etc. But it's not quite there yet. So that is the sign that there could be some upside left, as it's only 70% cost to borrow. 300%, it's getting a little spicy dicey. We're still at 100% utilization. It's been at that for over a week. It's mentioning 27% cost to borrow right there on Ortex. Again, cost to borrow average right now 71%. 7 million shares on loan. That's compared to the 5 million in short interest. So there is an additional 2 million shares that are on loan currently that are not being shorted there, according to Ortex, and it's at 32% estimated short interest, and this is on a 15 million share free float. So that's pretty good. Fintel has it at number 13 on its short squeeze leaderboard, number 2 on the gamma squeeze leaderboard. We're going to be looking at the unusual whales and the option chain there in a second. Barely any shares available to be shorted. They had a few today at open, but now they have run out. There's only about 400 left as of 12 minutes ago right there. That could also explain why there was a dip at open, and now it is coming up as we speak. If we move down, the cost to borrow has also been coming up. The short exempt volume, there is a big spike up in short exempts that are due within the next 2 days. However, this is not a huge value, especially when you're comparing it to the free float. So I'm just going to say that there will be an effect on price, but it's not going to be necessarily super huge. And as you guys can see right here, these are the failure to deliver. So there was a decent amount as of 6.9 and 6.10, but failure to delivers are cumulative. So by 6.14, they actually got it down to 24,000 failure to delivers. Here we have the option flow for Aprn. There is not too much action going on here. $10,000 in premium or more. If we do lower that to $1,000 in premium, we will get a different idea of what exactly is going on in this stock. And as you guys can see, it is mostly calls. I mean, there's barely any puts being placed. Around 10 a.m. right here, there was a ton of sweeps that came in for multiple $1,000 premiums, so that is pretty good. All going for the 12/16/2022 expiration, $4 strike price. This looks like a market maker right here. Just the fact that a bunch of the same order was all pretty much spammed at once. Definitely looks like some type of hedging. Could be a short seller as well. But overall, very bullish flow, just not in super high premiums. Majority of bulls are going for that 12/16/2022 expiration and then the $4 strike price. All right, so as you guys can see right here, this is the historical options flow, and recently this has been spiking up quite dramatically over the past week. Understand that call option volume isn't always super good, and that just gives more incentives to market makers to manipulate the price down, because if people are buying call options, market makers are selling call options. Those options expire worthless. Market maker makes money. So when call option volume goes up, just understand there may be some more manipulation going on behind the scenes. Here you guys can see July 15th, the next options expiration. The $4 strike price is the max pain, which does imply some more downside because the stock is trading at $4.43. Max pain is where the most amount of options buyers lose money. So with $4 max pain, that does imply some downside as market makers will try to manipulate towards that max pain price of $4 per share. And here you guys can see the gamma exposure. We can actually take a look at the option chain right here. If we're looking at July 5th, they've got a decent amount of shares in the money right here, about 800,000 it looks like right there, and then there's also another 500 600,000 out of the money right there. And then if they get to $10 per share, another 500,000. This is a pretty good gamma exposure, but is not the craziest that I have seen. Other expirations are not too crazy as well. They do have some open interest, but it is not anything peculiar. Besides for January 2023, this has a decent gamma ramp, but a lot of it is out of the money here at $15, $20, and $22 per share, so that shouldn't really matter too much. So that's all I got for the video, my friends. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, remember to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you do enjoy this content. Guys, Aprn is set up very nicely right now. It has a low float, high short interest, lots of momentum currently. There is some upside left to go in Aprn, but remember, it doesn't come with added risk as it already is up 100%. So feel free to buy on dips. Feel free to use stop loss, any other risk management strategies, and you should be pretty good to go. Anyways, that's about it. Sign up for Hootmoney trade alerts. If you guys want to bag up with Hootmoney, we called out TRKA. That ran 280%. GMVD, that ran a bunch. I forget exactly the percentage, but it was over 100% on that one. We're still in GMVD. We're still going hard on that one. 30% of the free float failed to deliver. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, drop a like, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.